Well, it appears that we have had a technical difficulty in which nothing that was said was being heard on stream. So
Oh, that's
now it
great.
is.
Oh boy, this
So,
this must have been the funnest of.
I mean, for what it's worth, 5 minutes of nothingness followed
Fair enough.
by, you
Oh,
know,
that was some of my best material. I
well,
can't do that again.
fast recap. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Gene landed
Sorry.
on planet. Gene got taxi. Gene went to house. Now Gene sees dad
Gene Dad can
Whoa.
smell cigar smoke and glares.
from half the driveway away.
Don't worry. The VOD boys will take the W on this one.
You better catch it on the YouTube, son of a bitch.
That's true.
Anyways, so no, like as you approach, in Japanese, your dad says, "Oh, it's good to see you again. Though I'm worried that I'm worried that you're back so quickly. Although your mom has been telling me to not sell half of the oranges, so like he holds his arms out and like in fashion for a hug.
Um, I do give him a hug really quick, out of respect. Uh, same thing. Japanese responds like I am sorry for not. I'm sorry for coming unannounced. Uh, it was very short notice, but everything is fine. Right now the crew and I have just taken a small break, so I decided to take advantage of it and I guess visit the family. You know, make mom smile. Give her, yeah, just want to do something good.
Yeah. He nods and he's like, "Oh, well, come inside then. Your mom's just finished making lunch, so couldn't have come at a better time."
So as we
As you
mhm.
like as you get closer though, like he starts patting you down and like he grabs some dirt from the driveway and he like coats his hands in it and before like patting you down a bit more and he's like, "You know how your mom is. Gotta cover the smell a bit."
I do a small chuckle. I'm like, yeah, I should have remembered that.
And he chuckles he chuckles as well and he's like, "I forget sometimes. You don't understand half the words I get."
So after we've done that, I do make some small talk, ask him questions like, "Hey, how's the harvest? How's everything else?"
Yeah, so as you're asking him, he tells you that this year's harvest was surprisingly good, especially for the weather that they'd been having on this side of the planet. Um, but yeah, he tells you that there looks like there's going to be a good amount of kickback from the big corporation this year. So, uh, as you would know, having grown up in this environment, most farms are like owned by a corporation, and then it's just like it's almost like a land lease where you more or less pay off for the land that you owe, and then eventually you can start operating your own. But it's better to work with the company than to work on your own because then you have to find your own sellers and everything like that. But yeah, he tells you like with this year's harvest, like he should be getting a healthy kickback from the companies and all of that. And on top of that, like he had enough that next year he might not even have to do the harvest himself. He might be able to get outside help to do all of it instead of him still having to be in the fields.
When he says that, I do tell him like, I mean, once everything is done and complete, it would be an honor to help out here with the harvest and other things. Kind of expecting what kind of, I'm saying Gene is saying that, but not really hoping for like a response that he might like,
Yeah,
not knowing what he might say in response to that.
yeah, exactly. Your dad looks at you before opening the door inside and just goes, "Oh yeah, I can't just give the farm over to your sister completely. That'd seem a bit selfish." We'll talk
That
about
one,
that some other
that one
time.
I do laugh. That one like, that one I do give a good laugh.
That time, we'll talk about that some other time. Come inside. Come inside. He opens the door and what did your mother used to cook all the time? That was your favorite.
Ooh. That is a good question. Shit, trying to remember. You think after so many years and seasons of watching Food Wars, you'd remember all those dishes, but shit. How about just good old mystery? Those those filled onigiris, like you don't know what's inside of them.
Yeah.
He came out of nowhere.
What the fuck? Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, she I remember she would always make me those onigiris, and she wouldn't tell me what's inside of them. I would always eat them, and I would either get a good batch or a surprise batch.
Yeah. Well, some neighbors like some of your neighbors used to like the weird flavors as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you come inside, like you can see those set to the side. She has a set of onigiri on the side, and she's just setting the table. Your sister is setting the table as she's serving up some sandwiches, warm sandwiches. And as your dad steps in, he goes, "Yeah, I found another stray in the field today." And both your mom and sister look to see you.
Hello.
You don't have to say hello, goddamn.
I'm glad that we know you're speaking Japanese because it's English.
Yeah. Oh my god! Son of a bitch!
Holy shit!
Holy shit! Oh, get ready for more of that. You fuckers.
Oh, that's a baseball. All the JoJo references out now.
I can hear the pitchforks and torches coming.
Oh yeah, for sure. Anyways,
what's that bright light over there?
oh god damn it, it's Forge too. Shit.
Right,
So yeah. Anyways,
see
as
me.
as you say hello, like your mom gasps, your sister like just gives a smile and continues to set up continues pulling more silverware and stuff for your fourth seat. And then dad just closes the door behind you.
I kind of put over my stuff neatly on one side, and then I do say the same thing that I said to dad. Like, sorry again for coming unannounced, but I wanted to come home for a bit.
Yeah, your dad, your mom smiles and shakes her head, and she's like, "If I had known, I would have made more food for you. Now I don't have leftovers to send you home with."
Then I quickly replied, "I know. That's why I didn't let you know, because I knew you would make too much food."
She gives a little hearty laugh as your sister finishes setting up your dinner spot. And with that, like your dad moves to sit down. Your dad moves to sit down, and your mother and sister follow. And as you take your seat, the camera pans over to you, Mr. Codex. You wake up the next day after all this weird mystery.
Oh God! I just had an epiphany. Texting or calling Fafnir on the comms. Video text.
This is Fafnir.
Fafnir. I just had a thought. You didn't burn that torso yet, did you? You tagged it, but you haven't incinerated it yet?
No, yes, it's not been incinerated yet, Shaw. I wouldn't have done that yet.
Am I remembering correctly? I believe you said with your bioscanner you could tell genetic makeup.
Oh yes, Shaw.
You might have access to like medical records, being a doctor and all that. Is there any way? I am wondering if that torso is a specific person.
I have clearance for medical records on planets. Yes, Shaw.
Okay, work your magic. Try to see if that torso belonged to the former guard, the former like bodyguard, the head bodyguard of Lord Kurokawa. Because there's been puzzle pieces that I've been trying to put together all goddamn night. I only got like 3 hours of sleep trying to figure this shit out. But Lady Kurokawa said that there was a weapon that was missing. We found half of it, and it was supposed to belong to the bodyguard of the Lord. I don't know if you can get a hold of the palace, like doctors, and maybe compare notes.
If it's under that big lock and key, I should just be able to access the general records of the planet, and it's usually uh, unless there's a blockage, I shouldn't have to access the government site.
Well, do what you got to do. Just see if you can get a match on that, because that also might be kind of nobility. But I want to make sure
we'll see how many levels you have to go through. I'm not used to these Kurikawas.
All right, just let me know if there's any wheels that need greasing off of that. Holy shit! Sorry, I was in a dead
I'm on
sleep.
it. I'm on it, Captain.
Thank you, Doc. All right, and then after boop, because now I can hang phones up. Yay! I'm gonna get up and go through the usual like quick routine. Again, I stayed up really late because this whole scenario has been bothering him. Like, there's way more questions than answers.
Yeah.
In regards to the goings on of the last, like, we'll call it like Julyen's time, since there's a time differential now. Like Julyen's time, like the last like 3 or 4 days, there's a big like question mark that's made up of a bunch of smaller question marks. But if it's the morning time, I believe that I'm supposed to meet Emiko at her house in the afternoon time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When he gets up, let's see. Cayde's still resting from piloting. Let's see here. I still need to find out what the fuck happened to Al. I am going to send a text message with the picture attachment of the blonde lady's face, like zoomed in, so it's like as close to a profile picture as I can get, like of her. I am going to send a text, knowing that it's gonna have to go through Spike Drive, like data or whatever, to library, with the caption, "Who is this?" question mark. Took Al. I'm gonna send that off.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna wake up, like start doing my normal routine. Gonna go visit Ruach, see if he's done. He said he'd be done with that arm by today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head over there.
Okay, yeah. So as you enter, you see Ruach has like almost like a welding mask on. As he's hunched over once again in his normal position, hunched over this whatever he's working on, and you see sparks flying from it every few seconds or so.
Oh yeah, he's gonna like shield his eyes every time it looks like he's about to go in for some spark, like kind of go up and, hey Ruach, like kind of talk kind of loudly. I assume that there's some sort of earmuff. Welding is loud.
Yeah. As you start talking louder, like the welding stops and he looks up and, oh yes, Captain, it's good to see you.
How you doing, Ruach?
I finished your arm last night. I wanted to wait until you waked up.
Oh man, it's like Christmas in July. I don't know if we use that calendar anymore. Some planets do. Some planets don't. Anyways, what's up? Let me see.
So yeah, he presents you this new arm. It looks almost like a 1-for-1 replica of your last arm. But your last arm, like, it looked kind of dull, right? It wasn't like
Yeah, it was
polished
beat
up.
to
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. This has been like buffed and like shined. It looks like pristine, brand new.
Ooh.
And he goes, "I present you a new arm now. Indestructible. I made out of neo-titanium. Last bits we had of armor plates. So even with, let's say, catastrophic detonation, should still work fine. And on top of this, Ruach found a special way to vacuum seal entire tube so it stays sealed until you fire. Then is when it launches further. Yes, Ruach makes improvements. Yes."
Oh man, Ruak, I appreciate that. Holy moly, look at this thing. I mean, I always said I never wanted him to see me shining, and look at me now. As he kind of beholds it, like, ah.
Like the Holy Grail. Oh,
Yeah, exactly. Hold it above my head. Ba-na-na-na. You got
Yeah.
improved arm.
improved original arm.
So yeah, Julian will like a kid in a candy store just disconnect the arm, like the combat arm that he had,
Yeah.
and he'll hand it back, take the arm.
Yeah,
and
he takes it, hands you your arm, and like helps
Push.
you adjust it in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
push, twist, and then my HUD just goes fucking crazy with like the new diagnostic, like
Yeah.
integrating, getting all of the drivers and everything. You know, the usual.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
So Ruach explains to you that so the compad is now hardwired underneath the armor. So even if you get shot, should not damage it. Yes. So do not rely on arm as shield, but can be used like shield without worry of combat breaking. Although it sounds like you have way to bypass combat breaking now, so is secondary benefit. Yes.
that's perfect. Thank you, Ruak. What's the damage? Oh, sorry. What is it? What's it gonna cost me? I gotta pay you for parts at least.
This is spare parts.
What?
Yes.
All right.
You do not know that the Ruach know how to make anything into something useful. You know, humans used to have old saying, "One man's garbage is another man's treasure." You do not understand how true that is outside of Soul System.
All right. All right. Well, in that case, I think I'm gonna see about getting me a new load of scrap parts from the local junkyard. I'll see if I can keep you stocked up.
Well, you have to look through it, make sure there are good parts. Otherwise, you just get hunk
All
of
right.
steel.
How do you want to go about this, Ruak? You want to go out to the scrapyard and I'll just give you a blank check, or
No, Ruach. I do not know. Ruach will have to think about it. Yes.
okay, one load on me. You just tell me when.
Yes, Captain.
Oh my God.
You hear?
I don't
you
need two
hear,
of you.
You hear pants unzip somewhere in the background. Someone say a load on someone.
Yep, but just one. Anyways. All right, let me know about that robot body for the A. Looks around.
Yes,
For Azure.
yes. It will take some time for
Yes.
wiring is harder than welding. Arm is easier than body. Give
course.
give me maybe another week, maybe a little bit more. It depends on.
All
Could
right.
upgrade to filament. Yes.
Well, I'll leave
And
you
he
to
starts to like start
Yeah.
mumbling to himself. Yeah.
doing the usual NPC shout where he just starts like turning around. Yes, me, lets me know.
Well, no,
it's
like
over.
it's like when someone's getting too into detail about something. It's just him like, oh, good upgrade to monofilament.
Yeah.
That would be better transfer of data speed. And you're like, All right, cool. See you later, bud.
Take it easy. Goodbye.
Yeah, finger guns.
Yeah. All right. Sick. Okay. With that being done, let's see. I told Fafnir to do that, did that, sent off that. Other than that, I'll just send a. I'm gonna send a text message to Mao, just being like, "Hey, get Cade up, get him ready, put him through similar training that you have to. You're his teacher for now."
Yeah, you get a text back almost immediately. It's just like, sure thing. Work. I'll get right on it.
Perfect. All right, then that's all I got. Until I'll probably wait
Later
until
on.
I'll wait until it's time to go meet Emiko, and then I'll make sure that I get there on time. Probably ask for now for the address and drop a ping or whatever, and then when the
Yeah.
time comes, unless something else happens, I'll
Well, she
just make
said
my
she
way.
left you an address with her text yesterday,
Oh, perfect.
with the day before. So you still
Cool.
you have that, yeah. But yeah, okay, Fafnir. It is currently morning time. How you doing, buddy?
So he of course is groggy, from whatever he did last night,
Mm-hmm.
and he needs his daily hangover fix and a coffee.
Okay.
So after he does that is when he gets a call, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And so he just hangs up the phone from his captain.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, stretching. Okay. And then he's gonna, kind of like mumble and like go back to the medical wing.
Okay. Yeah.
I think there is.
As you get in the medical wing, you see Natasha still there, at her desk.
I'm
You see
just cold, as the floor is too cold.
Doctor, do you not have slippers?
I can't move my guy.
Wait, again? Give me a second here. You should be able to. Give me one moment.
Oh,
This
weird. I have
second
to
here
like
brought
full
to you
screen
by
it to move it.
tokens.
That's weird.
I can move it now.
Okay. But yeah, as you're saying cold, she looks at you and she's, Doctor, do you not have slippers or something for the ship?
No, I want slippers.
I'll see what we can do about getting you some then. I might be able to find some in the market.
Slippies. You working on the computer by any chance, then, Natasha?
Yes, sir, I am right now.
No, he pulls out like a big bowl and starts heating some water up. Do me a favor and look up a genetic profile for me.
Yeah, like you see her like switch a few tabs and she pulls up like a bigger monitor and she's like, "Oh yeah. Who am I looking for, doctor?"
Oh, one moment. He leaves the bowl in the sink to get some hot water. He's gonna go in the surgical theater. Use the mini cadaver bay. Pull out the body. Get a syringe. He like slams the syringe into his chest.
You could have
And,
just
like,
used the fucking bioscanner. Oh my god.
Pulls the blood out from it.
Everything's more fun when you have
Jesus
needles
Christ.
involved.
And then he closes it. He puts the syringe in the bioscanner and runs it.
Okay. So you're trying to look for like just the DNA encoding sequence?
No, that was the burrito in the microwave.
Oh, okay. Didn't know you had one of those in the microwave. Breakfast burritos are the best.
Breakfast burrito from the Gargonzola Galaxy.
God fucking damn it.
He eventually gets the sequence from the DNA analyzer on the medbod,
Okay.
and he lays the paper down in front of Natasha. He gets the bowl of hot water out of the sink. He sits down and puts his feet in it.
Is this the sequence I need to look up, Doctor?
Yes, try to see if you can find a family relation to the highest 90th percentile.
Understood. Give me 1 second. Yeah, you see her like she starts clacking away at the computer. And
You
then
know, this bowl is built for two.
that's good for you, Doctor. Give me 1 moment here.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, so as you're waiting, eventually eventually something gets printed out and she hands it to you. It says that the body belongs to Joga Kawada. Jouga.
Zogo, koala, blah, blah, blah,
His the only thing that you can see with this, because you have it requires you to insert the doctor's license. The only thing you see is like medical history. It doesn't tell you like occupation and all that nonsense because patient privacy. In the past he had a few minor battle wounds, such as scrapes and scraps, like the scrapes and he lost an eye at one point.
What was his name one more time?
Jogo Kawada. Do you need me to spell it out for you?
No, I got it.
Okay.
The next to kin there, Natasha.
Yeah, so you can see on the paper that there is no relatives that are alive. He had a mom and dad who had passed away from old age shortly after he had entered the service. He would currently be age 45.
See, Natasha, look at this. This is what I don't understand about these Kuakawa people. Look at the testosterone levels, and then they never have kids. They're the horniest little bastards, but they never fuck. Anyway.
Natasha slowly nods her head. Sure, doctor.
That's the quickest way to get your race dying, then, Natasha. Oh, reminds me. Not very many of you are there, neither, Natasha.
Doctor, I swear to God, if you bring this up again, I will.
All right, contact the captain.
Julyen, you get a message from Natasha that just says, "We found the profile of the patient X, as we'll call him."
He'll respond with, "Can I get a name?"
Joga Kawada is what she replies back with. She sends you like more or less like a picture of like the upper part. So it has a date of birth, which was 45 years ago. Well, actually, almost 46 years ago. He would have been 45, but you know, he would have been 46, but he kind of didn't make it.
Yeah, it happens.
Next to kin, none. He had a mother and father who passed away after he entered service. And then other than that, it just has like sex, birthday, stuff like that. The basic bitch information.
Okay. Would I know who this person was off the top of my head?
Make me a no check.
With intelligence or wisdom?
Yes, with wisdom.
Constitution. Hey. 12.
No, you don't know him off the top of your head.
Holy shit.
Like garnering what you try to remember, like you try to remember anyone that could possibly name that, you don't recall it off the top of your head.
Okay, in that case, I am going to just send Yuna a text message. Does the name Jogo Kawada ring a bell to you?
Okay.
And then that's
She does not answer back. Right.
yeah, I assume. He'll just leave it at that and keep doing what he's doing then.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Fafnir. So yeah, you. She looks at you and she goes, "All right, well, I messaged the doctor. I messaged the captain. Sorry."
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go see how this Kurikawa Camino feels on the rest of my body and see if Cade's up to go slap some drinks around. As he starts scooting out of the room, still in the tub, like on his feet. He's like scooting it. Is there anything else that requires my attention there, Natasha?
Not that I can think of, Doctor.
All right. If the captain calls, tell him I'm on break. And if it's no longer break time, send him through my emergency number and tell him I'm doing work.
All right, sure thing, Captain. Doctor, same thing.
He just scoots out of the room. She just keeps hearing the scoot of the tub until eventually, damn it!
Everyone
And
can
that's it.
hear. Everyone, even Jean, can hear Natasha face palming at that.
He did it again.
Like that scene in Airplane where it just shows like everybody face palming.
Yeah, everyone face palming.
And
Yeah,
the whole like police, but
yeah.
I keep telling that fucking spider these floors are uneven.
Ruach says you are uneven.
Ruach drops down from the ceiling, puts you in a web.
Jesus
and a cocoon.
Christ!
Yeah, Ruach bites you. You take 2d8 venom damage.
So yeah, he doesn't plan on doing much right now.
Okay.
But the only other thing I was having planned was just the droid. But I know it's 3 days. I don't know how long it's been since I've gotten the droid.
Yeah. It's only been 1 day since then.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. All right. So you're just chilling out. Oh my goodness, my brain. I was gonna call you Fafnir. Gene, back to you, buddy. So
Sorry, it was Naked Gun.
your family is currently eating. Your family is currently eating their sandwiches, and they're kind of just talking, usual nonsense talking. Before your mom finally looks to you and goes, "So, how's things been on your travels? It's been quite a while. We even got word from Lady Kurikawa that she wanted to talk to you. It was quite strange, I'll say the least."
Oh, yeah. About that. We did complete our mission. Things took a interesting route. Holes were made, so to speak.
I see.
I'm glad to be home. I'm not gonna lie to you. It has been a very interesting ride with the crew. We're all fine, but I'm very glad to be home right now.
I can only imagine right now. So, any plans for anything?
He has a mouthful of food at the time
Yeah,
where she
I can
asked
see
that.
that.
And he's no, Gene does. He's like eating a.
Yeah, he's wait 1 second, bomb.
He
As
does
she's
the-
asking me, Gene just is like
Getting
He's
every
doing the-
last.
He's
He's
doing the
licking
what
his
about
plate,
Bob?
cleaning up crumbs.
He's doing the what about Bob? This is amazing.
plate's basically like sparkling clean. You have to wonder like how did that happen? Like, Mom,
Yes.
your cooking is already amazing. The fact that I just came back from a ship from prison food, to say the least. I'm very happy to be home.
I can only imagine. I mean,
Your food
My-
is always, delicious.
my boy deserves the best since he brought me home that great sushi last time.
I take a second, I'm like, oh yeah. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, Julian's just like, oh yeah. That sushi that we fucking fought for. Oh yeah, I gotta thank him later. I sent him a quick text. By the way, thanks for the sushi, BT dubs, LOL. Thanks. Smiley face.
BT. Oh, God damn it.
Julian just sends back the response that's like the shrug emoji.
Yeah.
Like the
It's just to
fuck?
give him guys shrugging.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, finish eating. Yeah, yeah. Just I'm politing. He's nodding, smiling.
Sitting at the table. Waiting for mom
Enjoying
and dad to
time
finish.
with your family.
Yeah.
At this point, I probably realized that Gene, with everything that's been going on, hasn't exactly been taking care of himself. Because at this point, I would imagine that he would have like kind of like a 5 o'clock shadow. It's growing. It has been again. You can see the little small neck beard coming along.
Yeah.
So after food, Gene will do the like thank you for the meal. Think I need to freshen up a bit. It's like I said, it's been a long journey. I think I just need to truly rest for a good minute, if that's okay with you.
Your dad nods and like starts grabbing the dishes and bringing them to the kitchen, and your mom's like, "Yeah, your room's in the same spot as it's always been. We didn't change it because you showed up a few months ago, and we didn't want to change it afterwards. But I mean, even before that, we just couldn't bear to go inside of it. So it's still there, same way you left it."
I smile and like thank you. Please, if there's anything that I can do, just let me know. I'm just gonna take a quick bath. That's it. That's all you get from me.
Yeah, she nods and she's like, "Oh yeah, there's towels in the bathroom. You know where it's at. You do know where it's at. It's upstairs."
Arigato.
Arigato gozaimasu.
All right. So with that, yeah, I head out, grab the towels, head to the bath, and I stayed there for a bit. I start recollecting everything that's going on, and I do the occasional like touch the chest area part. Where I'm like, huh, can't feel any difference.
Okay.
Because again, I had a fucking hole made
Yeah.
in my chestial area out of nowhere.
It was more your back area, but
There's
yeah.
a hole, man. I can see China from where I was.
What the fuck? Yep, sure. Yeah, so you're taking your bath.
Mhm.
Anything you would like to do after you're done taking your bath?
Okay, so from there on, I take the bath. Beautiful things take time, by the way. So I take the bath, I freshen up, I shave, so I'm back to baby smooth.
Oh god damn.
I dress up, kind of like, like houseware, and I go to where my parents are, and I offer to help. I help around the house, whatever I can do to keep myself busy
Yeah,
and help
so
them.
yeah. So as you're asking to help, like you notice that they're kind of relaxing, like and your dad even says to you, like, we're after the harvest season. We have a few weeks off before we have to go back to growing sweet potatoes. So
Mhm.
there's not a whole lot to do right now. He offers to he offers you to like do some cleaning around the house, but there's even with that, he's like, there's not a whole lot to be done since I've been free for a week or two.
I do the like, and kind of look around me. I'm like, you want to play some Go? I never beat you, so maybe I might get lucky.
Yeah, as soon as you mention Go, he's like, oh, he's all about that. He's like, oh yeah, let's go downstairs to my room. And
And then
he leads you
at that
downstairs.
quick second, Gene remember like, oh fuck, that's right. I remember what this entails. Oh well, already asked.
So, like, have you ever been in your dad's basement room before? No.
I would say that it has been a long enough time for me to still like you know how when you're a kid you go to places and then when you go back to them as an adult they just look and feel completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Where I'm like, I remember it. I've been here before.
But it looks
I
different.
remember it being much bigger.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, like there's a computer on one side of the room, and it's like that's obviously his desk. Like he's got documents and forms all filed together over there, and it's kind of just a giant mess. But in the middle of his room, he has a holographic display Go table, and he sits down with you to play with it.
Okay.
And he's like, I haven't been challenged by anyone since old Yoji passed away a few years ago. So, I might be a bit rusty. You might actually be able to win this time.
We'll see.
Go ahead and roll me. You're gonna roll an intelligence check. Wait a second.
Go ahead.
I will stab you. I swear to God. Roll me a. My goodness, I don't know what to do for this.
Wait. I would
never
say wisdom. And
Well, yeah, it's going to be wisdom, but you know what? Do me a perform with wisdom.
survive.
You're not trying to survive in the wild by playing Go. Make me a
Hey
perform.
man, let's go. Perform. Ah, you bitch.
Yep.
Oh.
Could it be a no check?
I'm not gonna like sugarcoat this. It's a -1 with a -1.
Oh. Good thing
We
your dad's
rolled
got a
a
plus
D20,
7.
right?
Yeah, his dad is just like, I am the god of the Go universe. Ha ha ha.
I rolled a 6.
Cool. Give me 1 second here.
Better get some points out of this. My intelligence is rising.
Yeah. So first, like for the first part of the game, you're leading him on. You're beating him. Yeah, your dad is kind of in like every time that you're making a move, your dad's just like.
You weren't joking about being rusty.
Don't make fun of me, kid. There's always a second half. Go ahead and make me another check. The same one as you just did.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Ooh. Yeah, so as like at the start, it's very bad for him. But then going forward, like he starts picking up momentum, and as you're making moves, he's watching, and then he's like sitting there and he thinks for a while, and then he makes his move. Eventually, he starts overtaking you. Make me one last check.
Hmm?
That's a D20. That's a D20.
He's been rolling d20s the whole time.
Wait, I haven't. Oh shit.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh, you have been doing D20s. Yeah.
I'll take the loss.
We'll see if he can beat you. No. But if we upgraded that, he would have.
Oh.
He would have almost won. Yeah, so near the end, like it almost comes out to a draw, and then at the last moment, you finally outsmart your dad just barely, and beat him. And he's like, "Well, I didn't expect to get trashed that hard, but good job."
I still feel unfulfilled, almost like I cheated in some shape or form.
Yeah, you feel like if you do that again, you might get a nosebleed and take some psychic damage, but you're not too sure about
Jesus.
that.
I kind of pause for a second, just kind of look at the board. I'm like, and then I tell them like, I saw him. I saw the man who killed me. It was very quick, very brief. I couldn't do anything about it. Still haven't used the weapon, but I still feel fine. That might seem odd. Like I don't feel as hateful or vengeful like I once did. Playing this game with you, I feel the same.
Yeah,
Does that
yeah.
seem odd?
No. As you start talking, like your dad starts lighting up some incense around the room, and then sits back down on the other side of the go table with you, and he shakes his head and he's like, "No, it's the heat of the moment, you know. Sometimes when you see them, you just feel everything boil up, but as soon as they're gone, it fades away. Sometimes it's a sign that you need to move on, and it doesn't mean anything. Other times, it just means that you live to live another day."
I do like a quick chuckle. Well, speaking of living another day, and I kind of give him a quick rundown of like we got to the ship, they did the mission, and you might find a hard time believing me, but he seemed to run into like the undead. They didn't seem alive. They seemed like zombies. At one point, I unfortunately friendly fired a suit, and I had a huge hole blown within me. But as you can see, it's fully healed. That might have been that might have played factor into why I reacted the way I did when I saw him. Like I told Mother, a lot has happened in just how long has it been since I've been away? Like since the mission started, it's been
To
like
us,
what,
it's
a
been
week or
like,
two?
well, it's been like 4 days to us, but it's been like a month and a half, 2 months.
Yeah. For you guys, it's
That's
been
right.
about 4 days.
Yeah.
For everyone, for the rest of the world, it's been about a month.
So I also kind of put that in there like we ran to this machine that for us it has only been 4 days. But to you it's been a month since we traveled out there. Like I know this is sounding almost crazy, but I think we may have walked into something much bigger than we thought it was.
Yeah, as you're explaining to your dad's eyes just get wider and wider, and he's just like, "What the fuck?" And then as you're like, yeah, we might have like, yeah. He
When I
just
said that part,
stares.
when I said that bit, I'm like, you remember that old movie you showed me? Event Horizon.
As you mentioned it, he's like, "Oh God, I heard they're making a remake it all CGI now." Oh God.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it has been about
oh, thank God.
1,000 years since it came out, so
A
it makes
1,000
some
years is still
sense.
not a good time for a damn remake.
No,
But
exactly.
that's not the point.
Still scares the shit out of me sometimes. I tell you what. But yeah, as you guys are talking about the movie, he nods and he goes, "It does sound kind of familiar, though. I don't know who you were employed by, but I'd be careful of them if they have access to a ship like this."
Gene would definitely wouldn't have. I wouldn't have a reason to tell him that. I'm gonna go for it. This is my father. I'll tell him like, I mean, if I may be honest and frank with you, father, the Kurokawas hired us. It is the Kurokawas, right? I mean,
Yeah, the Kurokawa family.
yeah. So I tell him that really quickly. I respond to him after he says like, I don't know who hired us.
It makes sense that you messaged us then. That was still a bit weird, if you ask me, but either way, I don't know. I don't like the entire idea of this ship that just passes time by like that. That's not
It is
natural.
dangerous. It isn't. No. But we started this mission. And we as a team, we should see this through. I gave him my word that I will do everything I can to come back alive to you and Mother.
You better be, or else I'll go to hell and drag you back, boy.
I give a quick smile. Another game?
Sure thing.
Right, we go into the round.
Okay. Do you start off this time, or does he start off?
I be the gentleman and let him start off.
Okay. Go ahead and make me one. Wait. You're gonna let him start off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna do one roll. You do one roll.
Okay.
Oh God.
It's
Just
okay.
I'm doing it
He's
right.
got a -2. It'll be fine.
Oh.
So yeah, as you start playing, like immediately you start winning, and then as you guys start bantering back and forth, and he's like, "I'll beat your ass, you beat me again, boy." Uh, but you it's joking, and he laughs immediately afterwards. So you start laughing. The camera starts to fade to black. Julyen, it is about half an hour before. It's about an hour before you have to go meet with Emiko.
Okay, yeah. I'm calling the old cabaroony. Actually, no, I'm not gonna call the cab. I'll just hop on the old Tron bike and get ready to go.
Okay. So yeah, as you make your way out, the Ruach is like, "Are you leaving, Captain?"
Yeah, Ruach, I'm gonna go meet a nice young lady and talk to her about family.
Family.
Yeah,
Family.
he looks at you and his face just gets a bit more stoken.
Family.
Yes, family.
What you got there, Ruach? What's up? What can I help you with?
Oh no, I just no one's come by this part of the ship today. I was kind of worried that you were all going to stay cooped up like a bunch of chickens.
Yeah, well, Cayde's got pilot training with Al being gone and all. Hey, you're pretty good with
As you mentioned Al being gone, he just stares at you wide-eyed, like, what? What do you mean he is gone, Captain?
Well, Yeah, let me show you real quick. I don't have much time, but I'll give you the cliff notes, and then I got a question for you. And he pulls up, like, he has Aurora put, like, hollow video or whatever
Yeah.
on one of the walls. Maybe there's like a wall that's like I like to imagine it's like a digital version of like a cork board on one side, and he just kind of like has Aurora basically just hijack it as a video screen and just like shows the video footage of what was going on, shows his footage from his neural path, like his neural DVR on there as well. So you see two videos from two different perspectives of this whole thing happening. And he's like, see, here's the thing right here. I saw Al on his phone, and then this lady literally just comes out of what looks like a fucking doorway, says some shit to him, and see right here, you see me like kind of curious about it, and I start walking a little faster, and then he cuts himself. And as I'm saying that, like he's doing this whole thing, I'm like, he just cuts himself, and then like tries to shake it off, but then walks in. I've never seen this lady in my life. Nobody's seen this lady. Nobody knows anything about this person. And all of a sudden, like, he's gone. She's attacking me. And I got nothing. I tried calling him. Voicemail. Asked Mao. And I mean, they're basically joined at the pelvis. So I assumed, that like maybe Mao might know something. Nobody fucking knows anything. But I was going to ask you whether or not. Is there an item? Fafnir said that there's no way that this could be like basic teleportation psionics. I'm not a smart person, obviously, but like Fafnir did say that it could be an item. Do you know anything about items, like tools that could potentially create a teleportation gate?
As you're talking, you just see him hovering, like staring at the footage and rewinding over and over again, and then eventually he pauses the footage and he just stares at it while you're talking, and afterwards he goes, "Yes, Captain, I made the teleporter once. That is how I got aboard our ship a long time ago. I kind of got banished from the Hive Fleet because of it, but none to say, this does not look like normal woman, no. This looks like a... There used to be a wives' tale, they would tell, of a woman who would kidnap children if you didn't behave properly.
You mean Baba Yaga?
No, much worse, the atrocities that were claimed. But you know how parents embellish things. I never believed them, but this, and like he zooms in and you can see through the portal, like you can see what looks like eyeballs. He goes, this looks like the old paintings of her.
What, inside of the portal it looks like eyeballs?
Yeah. Like, so, like, fully zoomed out, it looks like a purple portal. But once you start zooming in, like, very faintly, you can see the faint, like, shape of, like, pupils.
How in the fuck? Julyen just kind of like at a loss, mouth hanging him. How the fuck did I miss looking at the... Ruach, I've been staring at this goddamn video for like almost a full 24 hours at this point, but holy shit.
Captain, I would be careful what you do. I do not believe in wives' tales, but sometimes, well, sometimes even the most fantastical tales are based on reality of some sort.
Using that zoom in, I'm going to take a screenshot of it, and I am going to send like a, not like a group text, but I'm going to send a text message to Kazuya-san and Natasha. I'm going to send one to Al, because fuck it, why not? And I'll hold on one sec. I'll probably end up sending that to to Yuna as well, with the
Okay.
caption of where is the place that this portal connected to. And yeah, okay, that's a whole new Ruach.
Yeah. Yes, Captain.
Oh boy, I don't like this any more than you do, but looks like we have the beginning breadcrumb trail of a destination to go to. All right. See about what else you can look into as far as teleportation items. You have expertise with it, or at least you have an inkling on what to do. I'm gonna need a report about how this technology works. Not now. Compilate it. Send it to me. Looks like we're gonna have to get the team together.
When you get back.
Yeah.
It is not complicated. I can rebuild it quickly.
Perfect. Thank you. All right. And then I'm gonna hop on the old Tron bike, turn it on, and then start making my way over to Emiko Matsudaira's house.
Okay. Yeah, you get a notification that says like Yuna's texted you, but
Yeah.
since you're driving, you don't read it.
Oh, okay. I was
Maybe?
gonna say. I mean, I could, since everything's integral now, I can kind of like do a picture-in-picture. I assume.
Oh yeah.
Or even inside of the Tron bike, because the Tron bike's like completely like sealed, right? Like Tron.
Yeah.
I assume I could probably like on the windshield have a little like boop like to the side.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the old message?
So she messaged you back, and it just says, "We have many things to discuss. Meet me as soon as you can."
Fuck. Will do. It's gonna be a couple of hours, but I'll be there.
Yeah, there's no response from her afterwards.
No. I'm gonna keep going to Emiko's house.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you eventually get to Emiko's house.
When he gets out of the Tron bike, he's gonna like make sure that his like he's still wearing like t-shirt and blue jeans, right? Because he's
exactly.
He's an everyman, so he's like
You got to keep up the appearance.
he's just gonna make sure that there's no like creases or stains. You're like, all right, well, just kind of all right. Is there any way that I could have like stopped off and bought like I don't know, fucking flowers or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna.
There's a few like local stores nearby. You could have stopped that.
Yeah, wherever there's a flower girl who will sell me a single flower for like 1 gil. I'll just stop off and visit Aerith real quick on my way to Emiko, and then like
She tells you to watch out for people with white hair and long swords.
Yeah, exactly. So after I leave Midgar, I end up on Emiko's. I pat myself down, kind of make sure that everything is gonna be like, hunky dory.
Presentable.
Yeah, and then I'll walk up and knock on the door.
Okay. Yeah. Give me 1 second here. Yeah. Yeah. So after a moment, the door opens up and you see Emiko with a long white apron on, and she's like, "Oh, I completely forgot that we were meeting this soon. I'm still cleaning up the house. You can come in though. Come in.
Okay. Yeah. These are for you.
What kind of flowers are they?
Stargazer lilies.
Okay. Yeah, she takes them and she's like, I haven't seen these in what feels like ages. I'll put them in a vase.
Yeah, there was a chick just selling them in a fucking wicker basket on the street. It was crazy. I haven't seen these in years, but
Sometimes if they get special stock, they'll throw a lady out on the streets and tell her to sell some flowers,
just
apples or whatever.
be careful with the pollen. That shit stains really, really bad.
I have a special vase for it. Don't worry.
Excellent. Yeah, then I'll go
Yeah.
in.
So she leads you into like the living room. There's a large table there. Like there's a couch on either side of the table, and she's like, "Give me a moment, and I'll start tea preparations. I just have to do a little bit of cleaning upstairs, and then I'll be down. Give me like 5 minutes."
Yeah, sounds wonderful. So I'm sitting in the room, I assume,
Yeah.
and I just want to like, without getting up to move, I want to look around. Is there like pictures of like people and shit like that I could
Yeah,
possibly
yeah, yeah.
see?
It's not all around the room, but this is a mom, so she does have plenty of pictures of her
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Make me a notice check with wisdom.
Notice.
I am noticing things, Captain.
With wisdom. Yep.
Yay. Yeah. You So what are you trying to recall?
So I'm trying to see if there are pictures of possible, well, for one, Amanda for now, and for two, any of the people down in the pond area from when we were there.
You see two distinct faces
Yeah.
that look very reminiscent of people in the pond. One of them is the lady who is looking directly at you.
Yep.
Except like it's obviously her. The style hasn't changed or anything. The only difference is in this picture she didn't have an eye patch on. The other one is a much like the facial structure is still the same. It's just a much younger version of the guy that June and Aldebrecht and Matt were telling you about.
Are one of these people Isan?
Not in this picture. You don't see it.
Okay. Never mind then. I don't recognize that name. But Julyen, seeing the people, because they look very, very like the family lineage is strong with these ones, right? He's going to set the tea down and get up and walk over to the portraits and just dumbfounded, just and he's gonna like just inspect them, commit their faces to memory
Okay.
until
Yeah, there's a in the portrait that you were looking at, like they were all dressed in black, and the portrait there's a few other portraits, but there's another family portrait that has Emiko and it's June at a little bit of an older age. It's Emiko, her is someone that looks almost exactly that almost looks exactly like Indigo, but like much older. You see the two faces. You see Amanda's face, and you also see Isan's face as well in that picture.
like the whole flood of memories of that one mission with Isan and Fafnir and Julyen starts coming back, and he just starts like trying to figure out where the line, like he's got a really pensive look on his face of trying to figure out where the dots connect.
Yeah.
And currently, like, it's not coming to him, but he recognizes the two of the like 7 or 8 people that he saw down in that that area where he's just like, no, and he says it. He says, like, no fucking way.
Yeah. As you're saying this, Emiko comes back into the room and she has like a tray with her. Like she puts down 2 cups and she's like, I hope you like green tea, correct?
He like does the slow like turn of a head to her, just goes, Lady Matsudaira? Who is this
Yes.
boy?
That's
At the same time that she says it, he goes, June.
Yes, was my son.
Is, ma'am. Is.
Mr. Korb, I invited you here because Lady Yuna is a trusted friend. Do not tell me the goings on of my life. That was my son. I buried him.
We have a lot to talk about, ma'am.
She sets down the tea case and she stands back up and she just stares at you. Then speak.
You're going to want to sit for this. Better yet, we may have to go back to the ship. But we encountered some people out there when we were retrieving the Amaterasu. And 2 of the people in this portrait were on that ship. Alive and well. And then he points to June. He goes, "This young man right here is the reason why my pilot started to hole up in his room. Wouldn't talk to anybody about anything for nearly the remainder of the trip back. And this girl right here," and he points to Indigo, is like, "threatened my life. And I don't know why. But this one," and he points to Isan, "this one I've worked with before. Many, many years ago." And he explains the mission as far as he remembered it, right? As like
Yeah.
his part of it. He
Mhm.
explains like the whole mission of going there. He leaves out the part that he was supposed to be taking or like retrieving an AI or no, he leaves out that whole thing. But he ends it with and then the doctor that is currently on my ship teleported a handful of grenades back into that place and blew it up. And Isan was on the ship with us, and we all scattered from there once we got back to the space dock. But more importantly, Indigo said, I'm out of character, I'm trying to remember. She said that she knew what I had done, right?
I don't remember the exact words because that's a few episodes
Yeah.
ago, but I believe it was more or less like, "I know what you've done" or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, and then Julyen will, like, at the time it just sounded like mumbo jumbo rigmarole, the bad guys threatening the good guys, but there's way too many coincidences for any of that to be happenstance. But June, now Mao has referred to him as a ghost. Al knows what he saw. Al won't talk to anybody about it. And I know that I saw a flesh and blood human down in that pond. I can show you the video proof. He's gonna wait for a response.
Yeah, for a long, it seems like a full minute before she finally talks. She puts a hand on the sofa opposite of the table from you and just looks to the table for, again, like a full-on minute. It feels like time has nearly stopped. And then she looks up at you and goes, "Al survived that mission by himself. I visited him in the hospital. That I don't know if you have kids, Mr. Korb. That is something that you don't get back. You tell me that there is flesh and blood Unless you had touched that flesh, I don't believe you. Because I had to watch them put nothing in a casket and bury it. I shed tears the last decade because a daughter-in-law of mine and my son both died. Indigo is still alive. She's a captain of a trader ship, though. I can believe you if you told me that Indigo is alive. June is dead. I know it with my own 2 eyes. I have seen the cockpit playback of Banshee. I served with that unit before it was his. I know full well what happened to my son.
Ma'am, I have 2 questions. 1, how long ago did your boy die?
About 5 years ago.
And Julyen nods his head. Mm-hmm. All right. And 2, would you like for me to show you proof?
Give me one moment here. Do I even have her character sheet? No, I do not have it. Well, fuck me. Guess what? We're going. D&D. Doobie-doo-boo. Give me. Yeah, this is gonna be a quick second here. And by quick, I mean not too fucking quick.
This quick second brought to you by Roleplaying.
Shoot me in the fucking head.
Traits, bonds, flaws, personalities equal character. Character plus conflict plus tension equals drama. Drama plus resolution equals damn good role playing.
God damn it.
Which also equals to NFTs. Get in on it while you still can.
Fuck off.
Hello. The Flat Reaches is currently raising funds for special projects. We have still for sale Aldebrecht Mouth
His name is just Mouth.
Autoholes.
I'm glad that his fucking name is Mouth and then own a hole afterwards. Oh my god. Anyways,
Get your
back into it.
own
Back into
whole
it.
NFTs later.
Back into it.
Autoholes
No, so,
NFTs.
Please stop it now. You're ruining my name brand. But no, so as you ask her, she shakes her head and no, Mr. Corb, I think I'd rather be left out of this mystery for now. I have a daughter in your care, and I wish not to argue over such things right now. You see things one way, and I see them in a different way. That we can both agree on. But right now, I wish not to speak further on this discussion.
Which brings me to my next point of business, the whole reason why I called you and asked for this meeting. I don't think that Miss For Now is going to be in the right mindset to continue to be on the crew. And I wanted to make sure that she would be able to stay here with you until, at which time she either realizes that she's ready or realizes that she doesn't want any part of this crew anymore.
She lets out a small chuckle and goes, "It would be kind of heartless for a mother to refuse taking back her own daughter. Yes, if you can find a company that can move all of her stuff into the house, I can help her move into her room, and that can be done with, no problem."
All right. Well, that'll probably happen by the end of the day. Lady Matsudaira, I understand that you have likely processed your grief and gotten over, as much as a parent could, the loss of a child. If and when you feel that you are ready for an objective fact, not just a feeling, not just a ghost story, when you are ready to witness your son smiling and pointing at Aldebrecht, I will leave my comms open at any time, any hour. You let me know. I'm going to go on a trip here soon because Al has disappeared. And I need to find him.
Yeah. Yeah. Just let me know when my daughter is coming home and I'll prepare for her.
He does like a little like curt nod, moves past her back to the front door, opens it up. It's like he kind of does like the like turn back and he just, you know, it might eat you up more to wonder than it would to know. He's going to start closing the door behind him and hop into his Tron bike and boogie on back to the ship.
Okay. Fafnir. It is about mid-afternoon. What are you doing, buddy?
I mean, he's just waiting on calls. He's not doing shit, so he'd be training his telekinesis.
Okay. Let me see here. Wait, who are you waiting on calls from? As far as I know, you're waiting on calls
from his sensei,
Yeah.
and from his and the droid guy.
The what?
The
The
droid
android
guy.
goo. Oh yeah. Okay. I was like, what the fuck business do you have that I don't have written down? No, it's at the bottom of my notes. Never mind.
And then the other thing was the sword, but I'm pretty sure that's done. It's just on that other planet.
Yeah, it's on a different. It's in a different system.
My
Completely.
phase blade.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a Go ahead and roll me a 2d6 plus your intelligence plus your. You said you're working on your telekinesis skill or teleportation.
What's that? Telekinesis.
Okay. Was that your roll?
No, that was the wrong one.
So yeah, roll 2d6 with your telekinesis skill as well as your wisdom skill. Excuse me. Yeah. As you're going through this video that's instructing you on how to use your telekinesis properly, you feel like you're doing better than the video is actually teaching you. As you finish up with like the first with the second video of telekinesis training, you get a call from your sensei.
Sensei Katsuya.
Yes, Dr. Fafnir. I've been discussing with some colleagues, and as far as we can see, I don't know of any other way other than direct contact for teleportation. So, whatever that video clip you sent to us was, that couldn't be done with the way that we work with teleportation. I've got I've got my friend in the
Have you tried showing it to the room full of, let's say, younglings? Truly is marvelous the mind of a child.
Yes, but it tends to be that when you show young children such important evidence that usually it does not end well for the children.
The younglings!
We've learned in our ways not to show important things to children until they are at least 16.
Good, Anakin. Execute Order 66.
But okay, so you're saying that just looking at it, it is not telekinesis, the psyop skill.
No, this is not any sort of psionics that we know of at all. I've consulted with each of the head professors of each school here on Aoi. None of them know of this, so it's obvious that it couldn't be done by us. Not even a master of teleportation could do such things without direct contact again. So,
Is there any like crazed let's say crazed scholar that said in the past, 20 years, oh, I will create a portal teleportation, and then everyone's like, oh, you're crazy, you're mad, and we're damning you to history, but we still have like a reel of somewhere.
I will talk to my colleagues again and see if we have such a thing, but I don't believe that would exist because even then, if they're still gifted, we still train them. So,
Yeah, but what if they were like blasphemous? I'm not sure what blasphemous to you would be, but it doesn't even have to be you. It's just something you've read of in another kingdom's galaxy or kingdom's system.
again, I see nothing of it. I don't recall anything, but if I do, I will let you know again, Fafnir.
Yep, just trying to think outside the box there.
Yeah, no, it is always good to think first within the box and then outside of it. That way we have the perspective of both. You're doing well, young Fafnir. Just a little bit more, and I think you'll be back to where you once were in this galaxy. Is there anything else you needed, Dr. Fafnir, though?
No, unless you have any young talents that are looking to journey beyond.
Oh, yes, you're right. You wanted more doctors, isn't that?
Well,
I'll need
not
to...
doctors. I don't need more doctors.
Yes, not doctors, but biopsionics, correct.
Any type of psionics, really. Just people trying to get some real world experience.
Yes. I need to look at our graduating class and see if any of them are fully
And
prepared.
of course, they will be fully compensated. You have my word.
I would expect nothing else of one of my students. Let me look into that for you, Dr. Fafnir, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, I promise.
Hi.
And then he hangs up the video call.
Yep.
Is there anything else you wanted to do, or...
I guess he'll send like a cryptic picture message to hang on.
This Hang On brought to you by Poor Boner. Get your boner
To
now.
Cyber.
What's the cryptic message gonna be?
It's gonna be like a really fuzzy, like it's all a black picture, like it's completely black, but in the middle there's like a fuzzy screen, and if you zoom in on it, it's his balls.
Okay.
You're gonna send that real quick and then just kind of whistle and walk off.
Okay. Son of a bitch.
Maybe text Marcus Payne. I miss you so much, baby.
Do you guys mind if we take a small break here, real quick?
That'd be great.
Okay. We'll take a
So-
5-10 minute break here. Yeah. So
No, cancel that.
All right. See
5-10
you
minutes and we'll be right back, guys.
after the break. Now,
All right. Mr. Codex, you have just left Lady Masadira's residence. Where are you going, buddy?
I'm gonna go. Well, the ship is still docked at the Passel, so I'm going to send Yuna a text message, and like right as I leave it, and I'll be like, "That went faster than I anticipated. Would you be able to meet in 1 hour?"
Yeah, almost immediately you get a response back from her that just says, "Yes, I'm going to meet. I'm ready to meet whenever you are."
All right, I'll head straight there, and then yeah, I'll go to the ship, put the Tron bike back, and then head on out through the courtyard to the usual meeting spot.
Okay. Yeah. Once there, you see Yuna Karakawa. You see Yuna at the table. Make me a notice check as well,
All
with
right.
intelligence or wisdom.
Notice check with intelligence or wisdom.
Yes,
Brought
sir.
to you by checking on notices with intelligence or wisdom. Boom.
Yay.
7.
Yeah. When you get there, you notice that she looks very worried.
All right.
As she sees you approach, like she grows a smile. She's smiling at you, and she motions to a chair right next to her.
He'll walk up, sit down, and he'll. This is kind of like a very impromptu meeting, right? It's not like a usual like here's a job, here's formality. There's not. I assume there's not like a boatload of people around.
Yeah, no. It's literally just you and her at this table.
Right, so he'll be far more casual
notice
this
that
time around.
There's like the guards aren't even here. I mean, yeah, of course Emiko isn't here, but like there's no other guards in the area as well. Nor is there like any maids or servants around.
Okay, yeah, he definitely he'll be much more casual with like nobody else around. He'll be like, "Hey, Yuna, how's it going? Busy, huh?"
She looks at you as you sit down, and then snaps her fingers, and the image of the blonde woman, Al, and the gap appears, and she goes, "What do you know about this codex?"
Well, I have learned a little bit. You see, yesterday morning, when everything was heading to shit, I knew absolutely nothing. And I put everybody on the task of figuring something out. Funny enough, this morning, the least likely person informed me that this teleportation would have been only possible by object, item, some sort of manufactured thing that was used. And then Ruach, the ship engineer, he keyed me into what was just beyond that portal. And using the same image, Julyen will do like the little like pinch and drag for like expanding it to zoom it in. I never noticed those eyeballs before. And quite honestly, that's fucked up. And I have no idea what to expect. That's what I know. I showed you mine. You want to show me yours?
She looks at you very seriously and goes, "Are you scared, Julyen?"
I've spent the last week, my time, being terrified. At this point, I'm used to it. So yes, very much so.
She
What do
goes
I?
to speak.
Oh,
She goes to speak for a moment and then looks down at the table. Quiet again.
what do I have to be scared about this time?
I don't know what my sage wishes to do with your pilot.
Oh,
All I can say is, whatever it is not pleasant for him or whatever is facing him.
well, um, Yuna, what can you tell me about your sage?
She's existed before the Sengoku Jidai, if you know what that is. She
Do I know
existed
what that is?
before. Do you know what the Sengoku Jidai is?
Nope. Unless I'm being cued to roll for something, I have no fucking clue.
No, I am asking you,
Yeah,
out of
no.
character. Do you know? Yeah, Codex probably doesn't know either. Then, she's existed since before the island nation of Japan was called Japan. Before it met any outside powers, she's existed far longer than anyone I can think of. Quite honestly.
All right. Does she have a name that I can refer to her as?
For my entire life, I've only been told to call her Daiokai. I know nothing else of her, and I wish to know nothing else of her. In times of need, she'll come to my family and tell us of misfortunes or fortunes that are coming our way. Other than that, we usually avoid her.
I see.
As you can see why.
Yeah, that makes sense. Wherever she came from, oh boy, it's well, terrifying. She must have something real important for Al to get him to cut himself like that.
I know
Okay.
not what that is about, but
Now, some things aren't meant for regular people to know. Case in point, I was just coming back from Lady Matsudaira's residence.
oh, I didn't know she swung that way.
Well, I don't think we play for the same team, if that's what you're saying, but no, I had far more pertinent familial business with her. What do you know about June, her son?
Her son. Well, I know he was a prospect. He grew up around the same time that I did.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't meet very often. Nobility and knights don't meet until after adulthood, but
Sure.
all I know is he served alongside both of your pilots, as far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
Other than the official reports, not much else. He was never really on our radar.
Yeah. Well, you know how he met his end?
I've heard stories from her, and I wish I had not heard of them.
Is there any particular incident where the young man expired? Like, is
He
there
and his
a title of
he and
a
his speak.
a title of some sort of incident now? Any sort of like infamous, this was the blah 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 attack or anything like that?
I don't know the place it took place in. I know not of much else. I just know that from the stories Lady Matsudaira has spoken of, her son and his mech were eaten.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yes. Now you know why I wish that she would stop talking of him
It's interesting.
and how wonderful he would be.
It's interesting that he died roughly about 5 years ago, right? Well, I bring this up because, boy, with all of this oddities going on, and the time travel, and the sage who's taken Al, it's weird that apparently, me and my crew, including Al, came to blows with June Matsudaira. Isn't that odd? Flesh and blood, standing right there in a pond, couldn't have been more than 8-10 feet away from your father, the late Lord Kurokawa.
As you speak, she leans in and is looking very intently at you and says, "Did you see a blade on him? A black blade."
Oh, boy.
It might have been shimmering in color. Who knows? I have only seen them in demonstration before. I've never actually held one myself. If you are thinking along the same lines that I think with this news, there
Well,
may be something along the lines of a coup taking place.
a coup, sure. I mean, I got to see several people who were dead attack my crew throughout the entirety of that recovery. Then come to find out that one of the people who was more alive than the other ones, or at least seemed that way, had been dead for 5 years. I got a ship whose logs go back 5 years, even though it was only gone for 2. I got an unfortunate bodyguard who doesn't want to know the truth. And now I have this piece of a body belonging to a Jogo Kawada. Was that the previous Lord's bodyguard? The wielder of such sword?
No, that was not.
Who was that man?
Jogo Kawada? I have no idea.
Well, his file mostly shows battle wounds, aged pretty appropriately to be a bodyguard, and well, apparently my medical staff was unable to recover the rest of his personal file. I assumed that maybe possibly he was the previous wielder, since I don't know who the previous bodyguard was.
The previous wielder, their name was Hifuno Ahiru. They were well, they bested the wielder before her, but she was well equipped with that blade.
What was her
interact
family
with
name
her
again?
Ahiru, Ahiru.
There's another name. Well, just off the top of my head, I don't personally recall seeing that sword on June. Would Julyen recall?
Make me a wisdom. Wait, no. Make me a notice check with wisdom, please.
Shaka.
Since you're trying to recall information.
And Shaka. Can I use my expert reroll?
Yes, you may.
Thank you. Notice with wisdom. Again. Yeah, that's better.
Ultimate roll.
I'd rather be trending on the positive.
Jesus.
If only slightly.
You don't recall seeing the hilt, like you remember seeing a blade on him. You don't know what the color was in the heat of moment. You just remember you shot grenade, Cayde shot grenade, big boom, everyone teleported out. You didn't have enough time to catch, like
the
you weren't
particulars
looking
of the
at
blade.
him specifically. Yeah.
No, I was more
Like, that
doing
was-
the 1,000-yard stare. Yeah.
Exactly. You had to, like, if you were to call faces, you'd be able to with ultimate precision. But because you're trying to recall a single like detail that you would get a few glimpses at, you don't seem to recall it at all. No.
Yeah. Okay. Well, while my memory is imperfect because of extenuating circumstances outside of my control, I do have one potential trump card in the form of Cayde. One of my, actually, the crewmate of mine and he'll pull the scabbard out of like his like satchel. He's like the crewmate of mine that recovered this from the ship, and he brings it to her. Like he kind of like does the whole thing where he puts it on two hands and like hands it to her.
As you hand it out, she like stares in dismay before her hands come like if your hands are like in near the middle, her hands come to the outside of your hands and like lift it up from you, and then she starts like tilting around, tilting the hilt around and looking at it before she goes, "This is it. This is."
Yep.
Well, if this had the blade, everything would be perfect, wouldn't it?
If only. If only. But Cayde does have video footage of that night, so it probably wouldn't be much right now. He's kind of predisposed, but it probably wouldn't take much to be able to take that footage and make a nice little home movie out of it.
If you could get that footage to me as soon as possible, I would be more than happy about it.
Of course.
Until then, I would just say this. Were I you, I would watch my back. Especially with the Daiokai looking. If you've been asking about her, she might know already. So, were I you, I would take care and caution in every footstep.
Yeah, I didn't get as far as I have without some amount of caution, but if I've got someone who's an enemy that can at any time just go to where I'm at and tell me what to do, I'm kind of done being scared. Now, there's a whole lot in this world that I don't know about, and I'm kind of tired of it. Is there any way I can contact this Daiokai if I need to?
If I had her contact information, I would send it to you. We do not talk to her. She talks to us when she wishes to.
Do you happen to know where she... No, you probably don't know where she resides either, do you?
I have an inkling of idea, but I'm not quite sure.
Oh, come on, Yuna. If you know something, you gotta help me out here. I gotta have some kind of a basis on what I could be possibly encountering in the future.
On the far side of this planet, there's a lone island. It's not connected to any other by roads. To get there would be a hassle nonetheless. We actually actively pursue people who are trying to go that way and stop them. There is a shrine there that might connect you to where she is. But that is only if the rumors that my father tell are true. If not, then that is all a fool's errand.
Well, it's lucky that's what they used to call me in school. A damn fool. I'm going to be expanding business, by the way. Planning on taking on some more people.
Oh,
Maybe
yes.
unifying a banner.
Speaking of which, I don't know when you would be more palatable to discussing or I suppose in this case negotiating. I dislike calling it that when it is dealing with friends. Whenever you would like to negotiate the price of salvage for the Amaterasu, I'd be willing to parlay.
Hey, nothing eases the stomach more than good old-fashioned money. He kind of does he kind of does like a cheeky smile,
Yeah,
like
cheeky bleaky.
yeah, maybe he shows a gold tooth or something. I don't know, something
You have a
something
fucking
like a
gold tooth?
back to business. It's a cyanide tooth just in case, but
Oh yeah. No one knows, but it looks fancy.
yeah,
If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna bite down my gold tooth.
that's
Ooh,
right.
wee.
Well,
She looks at you, and then as you're like nothing. Don't ever make that fucking face again, you piece of shit. But like as you say, like nothing eases the pain than the good money. She just and nothing worsens mine than this. I knew not how much that ship was worth.
oh man, I assumed it was a lot.
How much does your ship cost, Julyen?
My ship, generally speaking, you mean the class of ship like mine, or my ship specifically?
Let's just say class, a Corvette vessel in this point.
Somewhere.
Think of how much your vessel cost, and then compare that to the. Let's say compare the insignificance of the size of your vessel compared to the Amaterasu, and then tell me how much you think something like that would cost.
Well, I am certainly happy that I get to start the bid. Well, generally speaking, a ship of my size goes for right around 4 million, give or take. I would say that ship, which was able to hold roughly somewhere between 4 and 10 of my ship, 60 mil, give or take.
You can see, like, not only can you hear her sigh, you can see her chest heave and then exhale as she's like, fuck. Then she
That's
goes,
about what I figured right on the money. All right.
unfortunately,
Yes.
it is worth far more than that with the experimental technology on board.
Oh.
Fortunately, for my side, you've brought back one deck of a ship and the tattered remains of its sail, more or less.
True.
Where would you like to begin, Mr. Codex?
Well, I did bring back experimental technology. 1/3 of a ship, but the technology on there must be worth at least the cost of the ship.
Give me a second here. I am. Yeah, starships. Jesus fucking Christ. God damn it.
I figured that thing was at least a carrier.
God fucking damn it.
Pretty spot on.
That's without any of the equipment on it either.
Yep.
You're paying for a basic bitch carrier there.
Yep.
So you wish to start at your previous said amount of money.
I mean, you did say that we're missing the hull. We pretty much just have the main dock, experimental technology, and, figure
Fractured ass.
a fractured ass. psychological trauma, but also scabbard of a sword. I think a cool 60 mil would be just fine for me.
Unfortunately for me, wait a second. Roll. Wait. Wait.
Do
Is
it.
there a proper check for that? Let me see.
It could either be a trade or a talk.
Let's do a talk. Make me a talk with your charisma, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
You fuck off, you piece of garbage. No.
Okay,
I'm a
I'm starting to
fucking
get scared now.
shrew.
We're at a 25. Can we bring it back down to 10?
You are
Oh.
fucking sweet talking the shit out of her.
It's the gold tooth.
Single tooth, god damn it. I'm just gonna use his stats because. Wait, no. Oh, I did not mean to do that.
She gets into battle. You'll never get my 60 mil. No.
Yeah, she pulls out the black sword. You never take my 60 million. Come at me. Fucking goddamn it. Wait, where? Oh, there it is. Oh, this is not going to end well. No,
No, it is
it's not going to end well. You're asking for 60 mil?
Asking for 60 mil.
Clean this motherfucker out.
I'm willing to pay you 40 million. Since the wreck is more or less radioactive and we don't know what else is on board of it.
Well, now, while I would be inclined to agree, I would also state that me and my crew risked life and limb to personally secure every square inch of that was potentially dangerous.
Roll me another check, please.
Talk?
Yep, same thing. We've got to have more money.
Let's see. Here we go. Fuck. All right.
Yes, but have you ever tried to find salvagers for a ship that large, Codex? Let me tell you, it's not going to be easy, even if I put all of my shipyards and the entire planet of Neo Kyoto on that.
True. But it's either that or I have to try to stave off all of the pirates and scavvers that would show up in order to try to disassemble it while it stays out, as long as it stayed with me. And I don't know if I could guarantee that other scavvers wouldn't just as likely shoot me and take it right back over to Turgenev or the Zeng.
Roll me another charisma. Same thing as last time.
Money.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yes,
damn it.
I have the advantage now.
Come on.
Yes, but Codex, that's not my problem if you're not willing to sell it to me at my price. See, I much more prefer the idea that you just give it to me for my price, and you make a nice, handsome payday. I know you've been looking at,
And that's when he goes, unfortunately, Una, it wouldn't be my problem if I just let it go, but kept the rights.
Eventually, after numerous hours of discussion about, well, you did this, well, it was this kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm willing to settle for 55 million. Right now, in your bank account at this moment.
You got yourself a goddamn deal.
I see that. I see that, Gene.
Gene's over here like, I just lost out on 5 million.
Money.
Look, I asked for 60.
SpongeBob.
I asked for 60. I'm only missing 5. What is that like?
You could have gone to 100.
As she,
that,
as
1/30th?
you agree, she reaches a hand out, and underneath you, the table goes like holographic, and you see like a signature being formed underneath her, and it's showing her like her arm as she extends it out towards you.
Oh yeah, he'll go in for the agreeance.
Okay. So yeah, as you grab her hand and shake on it, like you see a little notification
Yeah. The
on
NFC.
the table itself.
Yep.
That just says like deal completed. She goes, well, such a large transfer will take some time, but I'm sure it will be there by the end of the day. More or less now. You have quite a lot of money to your name.
Yeah. That's true.
I would recommend that the next time we do business, you do not try to start out at the highest possible money that you think it's worth.
My lady, you misunderstand. The highest possible I thought would have been a life debt, but that's just because I've been on the brink of death so much lately. But, you want to grab a burger?
No, Codex. After our talk this earlier, and after that disgusting ritual of bargaining for my own ship, I don't think I do. Unfortunately. It's not because of you. I simply dislike bargaining like that.
Oh, I'm sorry, Yuna. I don't make the rules. I have to play by them, otherwise, you know.
There's
no title in my future.
It is a world of treachery that we technographers create.
Whoa. Treachery. Man, that's...
Do you think I would willingly step into a negotiation table like that, Codex?
I mean...
I am sitting down and my legs were still shaking.
If we're being honest, it is unfortunate that you had to come to blows with me. I empathize with your situation.
With me and my +2 charisma, well, I can
Believe
get laid
me.
by anyone.
The only reason why I'm a hard bargain like that is when I was a kid, I used to have to try to sell water to fish. It's not as easy as it seems.
How in the fuck do fish do business?
Exactly. There's some weird fucking fish people out on like some water planet. You guys don't have
Like
fish
the
people out here?
skin or the gills.
That's right.
I would feel very awkward eating sushi every day if I knew there was fish people around. I
Yep.
now wish to get this out of my head.
At any rate, this cause for celebration. Well, I suppose the only advice I can give you, Yuna, next time you want a salvage job, definitely don't go to the guy who's got a gold tooth.
Yes, but my father always said he did the business with the best.
And the best I am. You have a good night, ma'am.
You as well, Codex.
He's gonna get up and walk away. Nice and
Okay.
slow, not looking back. Doing the badass, like, I don't know, there's some fucking playing in his head as he walks away. Like, yeah.
Tables
success.
are being thrown, trees chopped.
Yeah, there's an
Codex is
explosion
putting
behind him.
sunglasses
but
on
he
his
doesn't look
head. Yeah.
It's a machine.
Exactly. That's right.
Fucking goddamn it.
Looks up to the sky
Fucking
and there it
55
ends.
million fucking berries. Jesus Christ.
That's not even half of Luffy's bounty anymore. Jesus.
Yeah, it's way more than mine.
Think of all the prostitutes.
Jesus.
Fucking of course. Think of all the sisters.
Oh my God, no.
All the emo toes and all the Oni-chans.
Shut the fuck up right now.
Dude, that's a big fucking paycheck. Holy shit.
As you start walking away, the camera flashes over to Gene. Mr. Gene. It is now late in the day. It is now like evening time. You've just finished having dinner with your family. They said that you could stay the night. They've already they're already cleaning the table as you're getting ready. As you're finishing up dinner. And Dad is just staring at you with a mean eye.
Dad.
What?
Dad.
Father. I've been meaning to ask.
What, Gene?
How old were you when One Piece finally came to an end?
What do you mean? Episode 1 million just came out last month, boy.
Oh my God, it's still going?
You thought that when he said he was gonna finish it soon, he was serious? All those people back in the early 2000s must have been having a ball thinking that their series was gonna end.
Huh. Kind of feels like a slap to the face, doesn't it?
I mean, when you've got a cow that can be milked, you milk the hell out of it, boy.
But how many times have you cloned him now? Like, how many Odas has it been now?
I don't want to know of the price it costs to bring back that man so many times.
Oda ascended.
I have ascended.
He shed his mortal coil
Holy
and
shit!
became one with the machine Omnisaya. He is the Omnisaya.
I have awoken.
Okay, that's enough playtime, kids. So, after all that shit, Gene at this point is like, he's content, he's at peace, he's having quality time with his family. Maybe he needs to bust a nut at some point, but that's another story for another day.
Fucking Christ! What the? Are you spending quality time with his family? You know, it's time he ought to fucking bust a nut
That
right
fucking
now.
the fucking Folgers commercial all over again. You're my present, brother.
No, stop it! Stop it now!
No,
What are you doing?
Don't tell me that you fuckers haven't done something so simple and so quaint, but you're like, you know what? I need to get this done at some point, or I will fucking shoot someone.
Yeah, that's
Gene's
I
head,
wish
brother.
the
someone with
downside
my
of
nut.
being a guy.
I don't know when, and I don't
Dude,
know how.
Dude,
but I'm going
you wake
to
up
just
in the morning and you're
no, hold
and
on.
it's like,
Shut
yo.
your fucking whore mouth. You need to listen to this little poem. I need to get it done. I don't know how, I don't know when, and I don't know why. But it'll come out. And when it does, I'll be back to normal. But for now, I'm gonna eat this orange and I'm gonna go to bed.
That was a shit fucking poem. I'll tell you that
It's
much.
also
It didn't
like
even rhyme.
it's also like fucking noon or whatever. It's like
No. It
kidding,
is.
I'm kidding, I'm
It
kidding.
is. I did say it was like dusk at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so as you open your room, what does your old room look like? This hasn't, like they said, they haven't touched this since you left. What
Well-
does young Gene's room look like? When was the last time you were in here?
Well, you got an old classic One Piece season 200 poster on the on like one side of the wall. You got Radiohead because my father used to listen to that random bad at one point. You got Gangnam Style on another. You got that old you got that old USB drive full of like an unsanitary amount of porn. somewhere in this room that no one will ever find. Other than that, normal room. You know,
Other than all
any
that
any
bullshit.
normal any normal room that you've ever been into. You got your action figures up one side. You got your regular books, your video games. There's 2 or 3 consoles. Closet door closed. Nothing out of the ordinary. It's basically tidy because you can tell mother has been taking care of the room to a certain point. She didn't really move anything, more like kept it tidy. No cobwebs, no roaches, no fucking tanukis or whatever the fuck is running around in that god-forbidden country.
I have no idea. Okay, yeah. On your bed though, you see like it's not like this isn't a small like usually when you go to the store and you get oranges from Satsuma oranges, at least in this timeline, it's a lot of money for like a small amount of oranges. This is like a giant like fucking paper sack full of oranges that just says from mom with love.
And at that point, Gene's looking at it and thinking, holy shit, a lot of fucking oranges. How many children are like just like dying of hunger right now? Oh well, story for another day. I'm gonna open the sack, grab one orange, start peeling and start eating. And I'm just gonna lie down there, put on my headphones, and listen to the entire track of One Piece because apparently it's still going.
Son of a bitch.
The occasional odd anime soundtrack from here, they're like, oh, I remember that one. My father used to tell me stories about it. Bro,
Yeah,
I'm just like, I'm just
you used
lying
to
down in the
jam to these
bed,
openings.
popping out the old Zune 5000s, and I'm just listening to tracks. Eating oranges.
Oh, the superior music player. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
That's why it's a main sponsor of Technographiers. All right, as you go to bed, listening to the One Piece soundtrack, the camera pans over to Fafnir. Fafnir, it is about nighttime. What are you doing, buddy?
He's telekinetically brushing his teeth with his toothbrush. I'm the greatest telekinetic ever.
Okay.
I'm gonna link you that
And
video.
then he's just he's going to bed, man. Fuck it. Today was lazy Sunday.
Okay.
Jay's just gonna get into his doctor themed oneie with his snuggle cap. He's gonna get a candle, walk the halls just so that someone can possibly make the assumption that it's haunted.
What in the fuck is going on?
And then end his night in his bed with a little what was it called? Essence? No. You know when they burn the thing and it just stays burning in the room and releasing
Incense?
Incense.
He lights off a aromatherapy incense and he goes to bed.
Okay. Codex, you get back to the ship. It is now late night. You do see, however, the 55 million is now in your bank account. Do with it as you will.
Cause for celebration. Julyen is going to go to the hollow room, the meeting room. He's gonna get some big stogie, light it up, take a couple of puffs, kind of sit down at the desk. He's got like a he's got like a low ball, like a whiskey ice, like a whiskey rocks in a fucking like short glass.
Yeah.
Sips on it a little bit. Here it goes. Well, to a job well done. Toast like to the air or whatever. Downs it and goes. Well, no rest for the wicked. And he's gonna start researching into this sage. Since he's on Kurakawa space, he's gonna start looking through maps for this island. He's gonna start looking at like searching for for Daiokai, going through any and all information. He is going to pull up the DVR of Cayde's like shit that he already fucking talked about or whatever, going through and taking a look at like the situation from Cayde's point of view, when we were assaulting the pond.
Yeah.
Pulling up like stills of everybody, and he is going to be investigating for profiles for every single one of those people that he can possibly get that is
Okay.
in Kurakawa, like log or whatever, like the library there. He's going to be looking into Jogo Kawada. He's going to be looking into Hifunu Ahiru. He is going to be looking into like all of these people that he now has to like try to figure out
Yeah. Okay.
and try to see where everything matches up. And he's going to be, he's going to shove his head into that research until the wee hours.
Okay. With that, do you mind if we end tonight?
That is a great place to end.
I think so too.
Got enough
he-
to tell Danny a little bit, but not enough that he missed anything crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides the money.
You'll see the
Well,
you'll
a
see the
lot of this-
camera. I was gonna say just like the last like cinematic, if you will. You see like the camera kind of pull back from Julyen as he's like going over stuff, zooming into these like doing the Minority Report thing with the hands of like moving stuff, blowing it up, reading, trashing stuff, and as it like pulls back, you'll just see like the rest of the ship is almost completely dark with like the night lights and all that shit.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
there's
yeah,
the
yeah.
glow coming out of the doorway, which is his like hollow room,
Yeah.
as it does the old fade to black.
Yeah. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight.
Executive producer Dick Wolf.